Is being in a constant state of ketosis, which is not natural in nature at all, so let's not get it twisted, dangerous for the long term? I keep hearing about this, and I can speak from firsthand experience what is good and what is bad. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my very humble life. Now let's get right on into the subject of being in ketosis for a very, very long time. Is it dangerous? Are there any benefits? Are the scientists correct? Well, you guys already know where I'm going. Let's get right onto the deep dive-ness of it. Now, I've been doing keto for over 17 years straight. I started when I was 40, which makes me now 57. And if you guys look back at my old videos, you can see that I looked probably 10 years older than I do right now. I know. And I've gone through menopause and everything and still have kept muscle completely natural. So clearly this is bullshit. It's yeah. The problem is the way people interpret data. That's why vegan doctors can be like, it's the best ever. I get so many women are like, oh, this vegan doctor with my hyperthyroidism told me to go vegan. And I'm like, girl, slow your roll. We've got naturopathic doctors, functional doctors, full-on MDs giving bad advice because they don't know no better. They don't learn this. Nobody learns this. We are in the uncharted territories, just like discovering the new world of how the body responds to certain types of pressures or benefits, like or survival mechanisms, like being in a constant state of ketosis. Now, nobody in the past, I'm pretty sure, was ever just years and years and years of being ketotic with no carbs, no sugars, no starches, no sweet fruits, nada. Well, you can take my mother, myself, and a lot of other people as an example. We have destroyed guts. We're toxic. We've got heavy metals. We are not the same ancestors, future primitive humans from our ancestors. We have microplastics, parasite, gnarly infestations because we literally have holes in a microbiome that's garbage that can't fight off parasites very well. We've taken pharmacological interventions. We have heavy metals in the air from the car exhaust, pollutions, pesticides, hormones like dyes, colors, fillers. We're really toxic. I mean, toxic. The chemical exposure is so crazy. So for the benefit of modernization of man and technology, we really have a lot of problems. Yes, I mean, we can be in insulated homes. We've got food right there. We don't have to worry about those concerns or infection where we don't have antibiotics, but we use antibiotics like they're Tic Tacs. Like it's nothing. Like, oh, got a little sniffles? Here's an antibiotic. Oh, you got acne? Oh, here's an antibiotic. Oh, you got Lyme's? Oh, here's an antibiotic. You have pain? Take ibuprofen or Tylenol, things that are really difficult and stress the liver out. Yeah, we're not the same as our hunter-gatherers. In fact, I'm pretty jealous of their gut microbiome. Must have been absolutely divine. So being in a constant state of ketosis can be advantageous for the modern human. You see, We've developed histamine intolerance, autoimmunity, cancers, aging rapidly, bad livers, kidneys, gallbladder, pancreas, diabetes, like the list goes on and on and on. Diseases like heart disease and cancer and fibroids and, dementia and all these things that people think are like, oh, my mother and family. Forget that nonsense. Okay? Genetics only play a role if you share genes with your mother, father, blah, 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 and y'all do the same dumb thing. Then the same dumb thing most likely is going to happen. But if somebody has cancer and you eat well and you're not schmaxed up, yes, I said schmaxed, guess, and you're pure, like your red blood cells are pure, you're not going to be getting that stuff because somebody else got it. I have so many people afraid of breast cancer and dementia because their mother and their grandmother. That rule is not applicable if you don't destroy your body. So being in a constant state of ketosis can be advantageous for people who have fracked up their bodies, like myself and 99.9% of the modern human. Yeah. We frack ourselves up. And then now the propensity for genetic similarities. For example, my mother had fibroids. Her 4 sisters had fibroids. My cousins had fibroids. My grandmother had fibroids. And I developed fibroids because we didn't get enough vitamin D. And we eat carbs and sugars in the standard American diet. That's the genetic link. So for me, using the ketogenic diet or being in ketosis or being ketotic helped shrink those gnarly fibroids that were growing like crazy, as well as no cancer. My mom had cancer, exposed to very similar toxins. Mom had fibroids. Mom has issues. I'm going to avoid those issues. My mom had cavities. I get cavities looking at sugar. My mom has no more teeth because she fracked herself up. I haven't had a cavity 20 years, but I'd get cavities every year, just like my mom, until I changed my diet. So I can't, my gut, not strong. I can't do sugars. My gut is a lot stronger than, let's say, 15 years ago. But my gut is not the same as when I was born. Oh no. The gut microbiome? Oh no. Yep. I have to play catch up to the years of damage where I didn't understand what I was doing because you're misguided, don't know no better. Yeah. Question still hasn't been answered. Is it dangerous? To be ketotic? No. It's amazing. Hello. I will be 60 years of age in less than 3 years. Still got the abs, still got the muscles. My skin is not as tight as it used to be, but I've preserved a lot of the collagen from not going into gluconeogenesis, from not needing to, I don't need to fast if I want autophagy. I just have to be ketotic. People keep thinking, oh, don't eat, but you risk the problem as a modern human of thyroid issues and adrenal issues and blood sugar dysregulation because you're already dysregulated. Electrolyte issues. We don't have enough proper minerals in our soil. So being in a constant state of ketosis, being constantly ketotic is helping preserve my DNA. My epigenetics or epigenetic factor is stopping my DNA from crumbling apart and aging exponentially like I see with so many people. I quit everything. Food is not boring. Food is not entertainment. Food is life. And I feel like when I eat, I'm alive. I feel so alive. I feel so, I don't know, just it's indescribable. You don't have to be in ketosis. You can eat carbs and starches and be in low carb and still be healthy and still live a long life. But you ain't gonna be ketotic. You ain't gonna get that fat. That fat into the dermis layers of the skin. It's not gonna happen. if you're eating carbs, you're still going to go through glycation, which is damaging cells and aging. But you can still be healthy. But if you can reach that constant state of ketosis, it's not dangerous. Not at all. What's dangerous is this: not being in a constant state of ketosis, yet doing a ketogenic diet is what people call it. No, it's hard to get into ketosis. Incredibly difficult, and to maintain it, because people are like, oh, I fell off the wagon, I'm stressed out, I'm exposed to toxins, like I can't control my sleep or blood sugar, my stress is out of control, because stress spikes blood sugar, too much protein spikes blood sugar, chemicals spike blood pressure, medications, thyroid medication. All of that can make it very difficult to get into a constant state of ketosis. The gallbladder being a problem, not having enough stomach acid. So you have to work on those things, right? That's why it takes a while to be ketotic, and people give up too quickly. And then these studies are done like, oh, we did a 30-day and people ate 150 grams of protein with 60, 70 carbs, and they couldn't get into ketosis, and their hair started falling out and their libido dropped, and they started having aches and pains and just gnarly symptoms. For example, when you drop out all these vegetables, you might start to have oxalate dumping, and the standard world doesn't understand this dumping effect. They don't understand the keto flu. So those symptoms are going to appear as low blood pressure, high blood pressure, low blood sugar, very low blood sugar, high blood sugar, low GFR, which is your kidney filtration rate, chronic dehydration. When the hair starts falling out and the thyroid tanks, it looks like the most dangerous diet of all time, because they're not in ketosis. They never were. It's hard to get into it. That's why I do just innumerable amounts of videos trying to explain to you that this stuff is not easy. And then people get all up in their feelings because I'm criticizing other gurus for not being more transparent and saying, hey, this shite is not easy. You can have problems. You don't just do a carnivore diet and then voila, parfait. No, it's not like that. One of the biggest problems is blood sugar dysregulation and your electrolytes, which can create chronic constipation or loose stool. The gallbladder. Why don't they talk about this crap? You sit there and eat a bunch of ribeyes, and all of a sudden you got diarrhea and you got the squirts, and they're like, oh, do high-fat carnivore. Eat some butter before bed, that some of these doctors say doing. One, you could have a histamine response to butter. Two, you could have a gallbladder issue and just feel like you're dying or have an infected gallbladder, then cram the fat down and you need to go to the emergency room because nobody told you to look for the signs and symptoms of a junked up gallbladder or the lack of having one. I'm sorry. No. These people, I'm fine, I'm perfect. No. And you're so, I'm not arrogant. I'm speaking up for people who are ill, who come to me in consultations, who are like, I followed this person, I paid this amount, and I got worse, and there's no answers. Like Dr. Saivez. There's two people that went to him. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. He's got such great information. I said in a video once, but he doesn't look healthy. Some people just lost their feelings. Like, oh my God, how could you be like that? But then people have gotten bad advice, and he's not returned phone calls and emails or whatever, allegedly. So with that said, I still think he's got amazing points, but that's why I said from years ago that some of them have like great nuggets of information. Legit, right? In fact, most of them do. But nobody's talking about the difficulties of dropping out your carbohydrates when your body's used to eating carbs forever. What happens? How do you mitigate the constipation, the kidney problems, the high B12, the high iron, the hemochromatosis, the hot flashes getting worse without taking HRTs? How to get off of thyroid medication? Being in ketosis is amazing and can help resolve almost all of these body issues. It's just hard to keep it and maintain it. Yes, it is. So you got to decide, what are you going to do? You going to learn more? Or are you going to give up and try the carbs? But then you have to learn how to do that correctly as well, because there's a whole thing about doing low carb, high fat forever when you have dysglycemia. It's a whole to do. So stay tuned for more videos because I'm never going to stop. Well, unless like the world gets friggin' cuckoo. Or already has. But like as long as I can keep doing it, I'm going to be here on my little land enjoying life. At 57 and counting. 17 years on my way to 18 years of being ketotic and staying fabulous as I age backwards. And I'm out. Comment below. Or are you worried about being in ketosis? Is it hard for you to get into ketosis? Comment below. Share this content so I can become unshadow banned because I just don't follow the rest. I know. Comment below. Share this stuff. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person, as in body business. Somebody named me that years ago. And I run a monthly course where I cover all 3 diets. And I cover a lot just how the body works, just in general. Because, like, you can talk about macros so much, but let's talk about macros to different types of people, to different types of histamine people, as compared to thyroid people, as compared to thyroid people who can't do histamine, thyroid, gallbladder is what I meant. Thyroid people have a hard time with nightshades. Gallbladder people have a problem with animal fats. And I go more into the details of how to remedy these issues, how to address them, and what are they? Because a lot of you guys don't even know they exist. This is getting too long. And I'm out. Peace.